Hello guys, this week I will have to explain to you something about subqueries. So a subquery, what is a subquery? Subquery is a select command or select statement inside of another SQL statement. So I have a select statement inside of another statement. It is useful for SQL statements that would be extremely hard or impossible to do in other ways. So it's hard to do it or it's impossible to do it in another ways. So we use subquery to make it easier. Okay, we have an example here. So here we have a select statement inside another select statement. So it is a subquery. We have some types of subquery. The most useful ones is subquery as a new column or select as a field, a subquery as a filter of a new statement. We use in and exists to use subquery as a filter. And the third one is the subquery as a data source or a table of the main statement. It is a select from another select. So the first subquery, the first type is subquery as a new column. So we have here a subquery inside parentheses, and this as name the subquery. So this subquery, the name is quantity of comments. And as the subquery is in the place of a column of this query, of all the query, so it is processed as a column. So we have here the title, one column, comma, and the other column would be here. But as it is a subquery, it behaves as a column. So the result of it is the title column and the other column from a subquery. So the other one is a query as a filter. So we have here the query and we have a subquery here. This subquery selects a list of ID of a project and then it is filtering with this ID. And we have, as a result, these three columns, but in the where statement, we have a subquery filtering the main query of the main statement. And the result is the three columns filtered by this subquery. The other one is a subquery as data source or as a table. The subquery starts here with this parenthesis and finish here with this parenthesis. And the S here named this subquery as F. As it is in the query, it is in the place of a table or in the place of data source. So it is executed or it is processed by the system as a table or as a data source. So F here is behaving as a table. And here we have a filter that the quantity is more than true. So the quantity of comments is more than true, 3, and the title column as it selects two columns here of the F table or the F subquery. And we have here an example in our PHP MyAdmin in our database that we are using in this course. And here we have an example of a subquery as a filter. So it is filtering by the category name. But let's suppose we don't know the category ID, and then we have just the category name. And the category name that I want the products is the is MISC. And then I have to select the ID of this category name and then compare it to the category ID in the inventory table. So it is a subquery just to select the category ID to the inventory table. And then we execute it. And here we have the category ID that we select. So MISC is the name of the category ID number 3. And it selects all the products in the inventory table that has this category ID number 3. And then it is the subquery. And it is very important to web developers because we need to access backend developers more than front-end developers need to access the database, to modeling the data, to select the data, and then sometimes they have to use subqueries. So they can use in these 3 ways. So guys, in these 3 ways. So guys, I hope it is clear. I hope I could um, make you understand what is a subquery.